Do you need anything from me today before we dive into what we're going to do is like a campaign through here? The choice is yours. How are we going to take them steps forward? What about you, Lonnie? How are you going? Are you stuck on anything? Because I know...
I'm still working on my numbers for the money map because I'm finding it... I think I found a report in the old system that will give me truer numbers. Yeah. So I'm just having difficulty getting that going. So but I'm getting closer.
Cool. And I'm a firm believer that with your money map, we can put it to a year ago if you'd like to, but really draw the line in the sand to say, this is where we are and this is where we want to get to. It's as simple as that, really. It's just literally like, how much are we roughly taking now? How much are we going to take?
Yeah, and I think my biggest problem was trying to find out the number of clients, and that's what I'm working on still, versus number of appointments.
Ah, yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think someone's trying to get in 1 second. Cool. Yeah, so I think the appointments as well, you can work backwards if you don't know your appointment, so you can start backwards. So the backwards would be, how many do you need to make a certain amount of money, and just come up with that number instead of coming up where you are now.
Hey, Julie.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
So you can work completely backwards if you need to. So, for example, if you think you need a turnover of 500,000 to get that dream lifestyle salon, you know what commissions you guys are on, then that way can work backwards. It's just as good. It's a real figure as opposed to where are we now last year and add 10%. Because I know you're commission based, so half of it goes out in wages. I know that, but maybe you need to figure out what is that magic number and what is our average bill, and then you'll come up with how many bods you need. You can then work out roughly how many. Let's say, for example, I'll use these people because let's say Jamie, for example, is old school, is a bit slow, he only wants to do 2 people a day. Then you know his maximum number. But Kate's a go-getter; she's really pushy, so you know she might do 10 a day. So that's real world stuff. So that might actually be better for you than trying to find figures that a year ago where you weren't even involved. You don't know how these people reacted. If that makes sense. So sometimes it's best to go the opposite way and then start taking steps back. Where do you want to be, and are these people capable of getting there? Are you one senior short, etc.?
Right.
Hopefully that'll help a bit. Yeah, hopefully it will. But yeah, but if you get stuck, reach out to me. That's good. I'm back to work now. Yes, there was a holiday for us over here in Australia. We have Queen's birthday. How weird's that? Hey, a Queen's birthday. Your birthday's not until later on in the year. We have another Queen's birthday in July as well. So anyway, we just take holidays over here. So okay, I'm going to dive in. I'll go through Christmas campaigns. I'll show you what I've got. So it's a little bit off topic with Christmas. If you've got things that work for you, let me know. If not, we'll dive in. How's that? I'm going to pin me up so I can lose all you guys are gone. If I do go a bit green though, it's okay. I'm a bit gurgly still, but apart from that, we're good to go. Did a meeting yesterday which wasn't very successful, but there we go. We'll find out how we are. We'll struggle to find out where we are. Okay, cool. I might lower that down. Let's stop share and go through this way. I'm going to go through this and not do it as a slideshow. How's that? Okay, cool. Okay, beautiful. Because I made this last week, so it's less than 89 days to go. As you know, we're closer than it is. I think it was 6+6, which was pretty close to Christmas as far as I'm concerned in my world. 6+6 means I'm here. I'm here now. I've got to do something about it. The one thing I used to love about Christmas as a salon owner, so I don't know if you resonate with this, and I don't know whether it's just the fact that I live in Australia now and not the UK. So you guys might still, can't wait for the TV Times to come out and actually sit and watch it every, I don't know, when it comes out, December 1 or something like that. But over here, Christmas used to be, the Christmas Eve was mental, the Christmas week was mental, it was full on. Where now I find that Christmas is longer than Christmas week. I find the week before Christmas being my biggest week solid. I think we don't have that huge number that we used to have. And if you're like me and you're thinking that December is going to be awesome and the best thing that can happen to you, that also means that 6 weeks away from that, which is where we are now, should also be your awesome big week, your awesome big month. It should happen. So if you have a rubbish week this week, in 6 weeks' time, you're going to have another rubbish week unless you do something different. People aren't going to change. Years ago, we used to have so many gaps in our appointment book that we knew we'd fill because it was Christmas, because we had all these floaters. Nowadays, I think people know they can't get in, so the floaters tend to go to shopping centre salons as opposed to destination salons. It tends to be a bit different. So for me, I have to be ready. I'm just that sort of guy. I can't not be ready. I'm going to move you over there. I need to be ready for this. I need to be ready with staff. I need to know that we're good to go. I need to know that when it kicks off, that I don't have to think about really stupid things. And that includes retail, that includes my staff, and that includes my clients. I need to give them 100% love, and I can't do that if it's, I'm good. I can't do that if I'm thinking of 25 things. I make about 5,000 a year on my campaign that I do. I build a campaign every year for Christmas. I make about $5,000 without fail. It's always a boost. It's good for the staff morale. It's good for me. It's also good over here that we pay our VAT, GST, our big tax, comes up in January. So we want to make sure we've got enough in the bank for that. Christmas used to be, this is how it used to be, that Christmas was the cream month that we used to make almost 1.5 times our money so we could carry ourselves through the quieter months that happen. I don't know whether if you guys dive into your numbers that it's not as big as it used to be. So unless you plan, it's definitely itself not going to quite happen on its own. You see, Christmas, I believe, is not about December anymore. I think it's November, December, January is Christmas. So that means that if you're thinking of Christmas in your head, you really should be thinking of the 3 months that it jumps into. Because you've got to try and keep November big if you expect December to be big. And if December's big, then January is going to be flat. So if the bigger Christmas is, the 2 months either side that are supporting it are going to be really quite flat. So our aim is to try and sort of maybe mellow out December a bit, but also to prop up the 2 quiet months that sit either side. So if you think that some people, which I hear a lot on Facebook now, we're fully booked for December, but I know you'll be sitting there knitting Nana's scarf in November because no one's coming in. You've got them so organised, zero's going to happen. It really will. So my campaign starts really easy. It starts with retail. Again, 20% retail. By the way, I think I got told this many, many years ago. If you have any minis, so any like mini travel packs, any mini things, if you put them by the till, they will be gone. You don't even need to sell them. Just shove them next to the till. People will pick them up and throw them in their bag and buy them. So small things next to the till on your reception desk if you want to push a bit of an extra. One thing that I find really quite strange, and I don't know about you guys, and I used to think about this as myself, is that I would hate having a shampoo, and Ollie, used to be you, mate, a shampoo and conditioner as a present for Christmas is just like a pair of socks, hey? It's a waste of time, completely a waste of time. People will not buy most beauty products or hair products as a gift unless we get to package them up to be a gift. They just won't buy a bottle of shampoo conditioner with a bow on. It's just not going to work anymore. I wouldn't want to open that and get that through. Now, for me, I don't know about you, but this used to be me many years ago. The rep would come in, and for us, our reps over here were so clever. Have you put your Christmas orders in yet? Any of you guys? Do you have Christmas orders? Like, am I still here? Am I online? Give me a thumbs up, somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, no one's listening to me at all. I think Oni and Lonnie are gone. Yeah. Is it my internet slow? Is it any good? Okay, we'll see if we're good or not. So over here, the reps have already been in. You have to pre-order all your Christmas packs. So literally, we order them. I think it was last week. They'll come in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then we can start selling them after that when it comes to the middle of November. So for us, we get carried away at this time thinking we're going to sell loads, and we literally end up with loads and loads of boxes that we shove on our shelves, and we hope best that it's going to walk out the door. But the problem is I personally believe that when we've hyped it all up, Christmas week is what most people tend to do. They push their retail, and then they walk back in December, in January after December's gone, and it's still on the shelves with Christmas wrapping on, and it's pretty sad looking that you couldn't shift it. It's awful. because you've missed the boat. Most people will buy it if it's in a sale after that because they're in sale mode. So for me, I had to come up with a campaign. I will email you these campaigns today so you don't have to copy them down. You would have seen this before. I go and find other businesses that are on the same level as me. So for example, if I was in the UK, I would find people who are around my surroundings or clients of mine who have their own businesses. So normally what I do over here, I have me. I'm quite high end. I have a physiotherapist who's a good friend of mine. He's high end. He offers me a 30-minute massage. So I get 50 gift vouchers that have a free mini massage voucher. I then go and see my clothes shop down the road that gives me a 50% off in January voucher, which is a VIP voucher. They get 50% off anything in the store, which is really quite good. I then go and see the person just up the road who has a little cake store, and they give me, I think it's 3 for 2 cakes. I get that in there. And then there was 3 or 4 others that I got through with spas and beauty that gave me mini facials or a mini wax, and things like that, which added to a value of that. If you add these gift vouchers up in this little pack, it was a few $100. And then, of course, I put a shampoo. I'm not breaking up. Are you on? Can still hear me okay? I'm not sure if I'm breaking up over here. I'm all good?
Okay.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think it must just be me or you. I'm not sure if it's upload or download. Okay, so what happened is I'd have this shampoo conditioner. Normally over here we do 3 for 2. So we do a package. So when we normally sell them for $75, we buy them for about $30 and we sell them for $99, a little bit more than what the selling price is. So we have this goodie bag. We call them show bags here. Everyone just loves show bags in Australia. If you go to a fun fair or to a, like the Royal Show, for example, you'd buy show bags. They seem to love them here. So we call them a show bag. And we get about 50 to start with off the bat. I've emailed my database. So I dive into my computer system. I email them. I tell them what's in the pack. Would you like me to save one? They'll go yay or nay. I write their name on it. It goes in the back room and we just store it for when they're Now, my job as a salon owner is to get rid of these really before mid-November. They're usually all sold out with their names on. The clients have come in like they normally would do and took their packs home and are ready. As you'll see, that people are getting organised for Christmas already. I think I spoke to Julie last year, I think it was. She'd bought all those by September. She was way ahead, which means I couldn't entice her to buy more. So for me, it's a matter of getting them done out of the way, which then means I can order another 50 of people, and I'll do exactly the same thing again, repackage them all up, but then I sell them then to the walk-in people that come in, because I've now got 6 weeks to actually try and get these sold. Very, very easy to do. As you know, 50 is at 5,000. I sell 5,000 very, very easy with this campaign. Nice and easy. Any questions with that? Did you understand me or did I cut out? Because on my screen it kept saying my internet's cutting out. So is that all good through there? Everyone understood that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Natasha, you've got your Christmas stuff today. Yeah, I mean, it's really quite early, but planning ahead is really quite good. The one thing I don't do, I did it 1 year just for a warning's sake. We were at TG Salon at the time, and they brought out a 750ml shampoo and conditioner, so almost a litre size, which was pumps. They look beautiful. We sold them out, and I sold hundreds of the stuff, but then I didn't sell shampoo and conditioner for a year. They had enough. So I won't do litres or big ones because of that reason. I just won't push anything big. I want it to just be nice and small, and that's it. I'll just explain that one through there. Also, in my gift voucher, we put in, I think we spoke about this, Lonnie, we put a voucher in there. I won't call it a gift voucher, just for you, where they can use it in January and February for money off. So that's what we used to do. All my regulars, by the way, they love handwritten cards. I'd get them some cards. A big thank you for your, your trade for the year. You're one of my favourite clients, etc. A little bit of a gift in there is beautiful for them. Another campaign that works really well, I think it finishes off and I want to move on to something else. Okay. And then, yeah, we give them, we give our normal people something quite good. But I also create a package for Christmas. So, for example, we'd have a Christmas colour cut treatment package we put together, a bit like going to your favourite restaurant and they have a special. So we try and do something that's special for the quiet time. So we know that November's coming. We would release this special. It'll be, if someone's usually a tint and a cut and blow dry person, we'll package it maybe with some free foils in there and a treatment. So it feels really good. And also we're trying to get them addicted to the next level that's coming through there as well. Okay, all good. Okay, cool. Back to normal. Okay, the one thing that works really well is we talk about our core story all the time. I'll leave it small. We talk about our core story all the time. So our core story was we were very ethical with our beliefs, and every single year without fail, we would make our own Christmas decorations for the salon. It was a talking point. So we would make, we have lots of wood, as you can see out there if I turn the screen around, like just stacks of it. So we used to make reindeers out of them. So we used to make them, I've got some pictures, I should share them with you guys, beautiful. We could have sold them for quite a bit, but we used to make them and then give them away to clients, and they had their name on them. So yeah, these little reindeers. We made wooden baubles that we dangled around everywhere. We had Christmas trees that we made out of driftwood and old bits of wood. So for us, when clients came in, it wasn't just your usual tat for Christmas. It wasn't usually just, hey, Christmas, come and spend some money. For us, we showed our core story with what we did. We believed in this. There's also on the Christmas tree, we would dangle little prezzies, and every time someone bought retail, they were entitled to take a prezzie off the tree. So if you put 50 prezzies on the tree and you've got 50 retail items, and in the prezzies, they could quite easily be just a wooden spoon prize, which is nothing, or it might be a free treatment or a free upgrade, or it could just be something really quite small. But it was just a bit gimmicky for the clients. It was just something nice that they got to open it, a bit like a raffle, if you imagine. We also did something similar in the back room one year with the staff. Had a Christmas tree, like a nativity. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to you know what I'm talking about here, guys. I'm sure you do. Anyway,
Advent, like an Advent type thing.
And every time they sold a product, they got to open it, and we got gifts for them. So it was a bit gimmicky both ways. So it works out just a bit of extra fun for the team, because we believe that Christmas is all about fun for the team. By the way, I'm in the UK. I don't do it here. I've got a bit of cred. I left a lot of my baggage behind as I left the UK, we'd like to say. We used to do fancy dress for a week in the UK. Like, we used to do pantomime. So every year there was me. I was always the ugly sister. Don't ask me why. Dressed in a big ball gown, trying to cut hair for a week. It was uncomfortable. I know what you guys do when you cut hair if you are female. I know where it goes. It goes everywhere. But feast and famine. The one thing about Christmas for me, I dislike feast and famine. Like I said, I don't like the fact that we try and plan, and we end up in the end of January with no more money than we should have. Where December should be our cream. It should be like, especially us. We make people feel beautiful in everything we do, and it's the main time that we either over here go on holiday, or for you guys, you see your family and you want to look good. And there's no point taking all that money if you've had a rubbish November or rubbish January. So we've got to dive in. I don't know whether you guys get this or not, but I believe that we have the biggest amount of cancellations on Christmas week possible. People have real lives and we're just too busy, aren't we? We just don't do it. So for me, we just go through that. That's okay, Marina. You can be late. That's okay.
Richard, can I ask you something?
Of course.
I think your whole kind of attitude, with like cancellations, I remember you said once maybe a couple of % over the whole year. I don't get really stressed out about cancellations. Now, if people cancel, they rebook. There's a lot of people out there that are really they get so wound up. But now I just think to myself, well, sometimes there's days we're in and it's really can't get coming in. Get other days where we're fully booked, but then we get cancellations. It's not worth getting stressed out about, is it?
No, it's ironic actually. I did this talk yesterday to another group of salon owners, and at the same spot, someone stopped me and said, "Oh, can I talk to you about cancellations?" Just like you. No, that's funny. And I'm thinking, is it definitely Tuesday today? Am I having a deja vu moment? And anyway, we had this conversation. But after the meeting, someone messaged and went, "You spent too much time on that topic." So I'm thinking, oh, now I don't want to spend time on this topic. So she has a cancellation. You pulled me in now she has a cancellation policy where she charges them the full amount of money if it's less than 24 hours, half the amount of money regardless. And that's just how it is. And I try to. I'm not sure whether who's online here. I've got to be okay. I think I'm good. So we were going to Mackay last week, as you know, and we put our cat into the cat feed to look after for 5 days while we were away. And it literally was 2 days before we were due to fly out that our cat had been put down and he died. And these people they have a no cancellation policy, so we still had to pay for the accommodation, we'll call it, for the cat. So we're still paying for that accommodation, even though the cat's gone and dead. Now, I was trying to explain to this lady that I will never use this vet ever again. I'll probably tell people never to use this vet again. It may be their policy, but you have to say, okay, well, I understand that's not quite right now. So the line that they drew in the sand gets softened, but how softened is it? Where is the staff got permission to do that, or only the manager? So for me, if I was booked in at your salon and you had a no cancellation policy and my wife was sick, would I get my money back? If my dog was sick, would I get my money back? If my child was sick? If I just forgot because my mum's suddenly been diagnosed with cancer and I forgot about it, and like, where's that line where you go, okay, I'm going to let you off? Because I know for a fact, if any of them reasons you still charge me for that haircut, with the last time I paid you a penny in the salon. So
it's just that bit of humility.
But yeah.
So no, got a great attitude.
I just think that people forget that we're in the we're in the service industry and we're here to serve people. And because it's such a friendly and close-knit environment that we are in, the salon owner takes it personally when they cancel, but the client takes it personally if you charge them. So it's I think it's a real fight. So I'm with you on I've never charged. What I do is if someone does it all the time, I'll just say to them, look, I'd rather you don't rebook. You know you're busy. You know you'll cancel, and I have a gap. I think it's easier to say to that person, like a human being, do you know, we don't feel that. We lose money if you cancel the last minute. I know lives are busy, but if you're one of them, don't rebook. Because I think you're going to lose them anyway. As soon as you charge them, they're gone. You'd lose me. Once my loyalty's gone, I'm gone. Cool. Hey, 51% of people will be buying in November. Only 30% buy in December. So like I say, Christmas is not December. If you think all your retail is going to be gone in December, it's not. I think we still have Natasha on the phone. I spoke to Natasha not long ago, and hopefully she's aware that she's just got a salon. It's opening up, and I did the same thing. I opened a salon up around this sort of time, thinking December was going to really give me the boost to keep busy. It'll be flat as a pancake. It's scary because people won't move. It's January that people start losing clients, and if you expect them, it's what's going to happen through there as well. This is a huge one. I'm going to come on to this in a different level, so I won't talk too much, but gift vouchers is massive now. People are, I think the world we live in, and I can only presume with my life over here, because it changed hugely when I came over to this country. So I wasn't sure if it was my bubble that changed or it was you're still in a different bubble, that most people have a attitude of life. If they want something, they go and buy it. So, for example, if I went shopping with my wife to do Christmas shopping, and she saw something she liked, she would just buy it there and then. And even though we're 1 week before Christmas, she would just buy it because she wants it. And I think that most people are the same. So it's very hard to buy gifts for people. And I think gift certificates, and I'm going to use the word experience here, guys, is what sells more than anything else at the moment. No one will spend on gift vouchers. They'll definitely do a fun experience. Again, not everyone's going to shop online, but you should have something online for it to work instantly. Your website should be ready for Christmas, guys. People need to, if you've got a service on there now, if I could dive into, let's say, Lonnie's salon, and I said to Lonnie, hey, online, I'm going to buy a gift voucher or the experience that you're selling me, and I just buy it there and then, and Lonnie promises me that she'll do everything to get it done, so she gets it to the person all wrapped up and ready to go. I've got more chance I'd buy that. I would really buy that. I would buy that. If she was selling a pamper package where you send off something like a pre-scrub or whatever it is, and then with that pre-scrub jar, you've also got a follow-up massage and et cetera, et cetera. I would want someone to do all that for me without me even thinking. I'd pay for that more so than me going to the shop and pick it up and sign a form and, junk. I'd rather do that. But I don't just want a flimsy piece of paper that just, print off an A4. I want it to be a bit more clever than that. Again, people will spend in your salon. They want to be able to touch and see. I think with all these touch and see people, we like to smell. We all do that, don't we? I'm not sure if I'm running away over time. Okay, I'm going to jump onto this one. Most people don't do this. I'm trying to think about Judy's salon. If you can do it here, I'm not too sure. I don't know where you are. I should look around your surrounding areas. I think Marina can do this where she is. But there's a salon down the road from me. That was a spa, so she was beauty, and she used to open Christmas Eve to sell gift vouchers, and she would employ 3 people to sell gift vouchers, and on that one day she would sell $125,000 worth of gift vouchers on that one day, just gift vouchers. Christmas would make up almost 1/3 of her annual takings with just gift vouchers, and she did it really, really well because I think I've mentioned this before. If I employed you girls that worked for me, and I always employed girls apart from the odd guy that we used to clash, but anyway, the girls, what do I actually buy them? Like, I can't buy them underwear, no go, right? I can't buy them just nighties, as in, normal dress nighties, not sexy nighties, because it's just weird. I can't buy them perfume because that is also crossing the barrier a little bit. I don't want to buy them alcohol. So what do you actually buy your female employees? You're a great one for this, man. I'm going to bring you in. What do you buy your girls for Christmas? Your staff?
Well, funny enough, actually, I just was sort of give them a Christmas bonus, but then also I take them out as well.
You don't buy them a present?
No.
Oh, why not?
No, because I do a combination of like a Christmas bonus, but also I kind of treat them out as well. But to actually buy them a present, no.
Okay, cool. Maybe it's just me then. I think it's everyone else. But this lady does really well. She does okay. So we I know. With gifts, most bosses find it really hard to buy for their staff a gift that's acceptable without it crossing the line. So experiences they'll buy. They'll go to Red Letter Days, etc., and buy their staff just basics. Now, so if you hit the corporate market, so I mean, if you've got any offices near you, if you've got any factories near you, if you've got any businesses near you, I'd be contacting them with an email by now direct to say, hey, have you got Christmas all wrapped up? This is what we offer. We offer a package for females, da-da-da. Don't sell them a gift voucher. They don't want to buy a gift voucher. They don't want to give a $100 gift voucher to their female workers. But what they do want to do is give them an experience like a package, a pamper package, etc., a de-stress package. You just come off beautiful. And I know people that aim at the corporate market because they've got loads of money to spend. Loads. Really quite...
So how does that work? Do they buy the vouchers off of you? What happens?
Yeah, so the vouchers are turned into... So, for example, I would do this, and I've done this before, is I would have 3 vouchers that I would try and sell. So let's say it's 100, 200, and 300. That's what I'd try and sell. I would turn that 100 into a package. So I would sell the 100 would be like a colour and a cut package. The next one would be a colour, cut, massage, and shampoo and conditioner. The next one would have the whole caboodle in. And I'd sell it as a package. So you'd sell it as a new you, a rejuvenate you, a de-stress you package more so than the money package. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, the facts are that 12% of people are preferring experiences over anything else. I think, to me, the experience is what it's all about. Maybe because I'm getting older, as opposed to a gift. Maybe we're all in a world where we've all got our flat screen TVs and everything else. I'm going to zoom really on fast here and lose all that because I've been chatting away way too much through there. There you are. Awesome. Beautiful. I'm going to talk about one thing that I did at Christmas that I loved. I cancelled all commissions. So Lonnie, just for a second, when I talk commission, I talk wages and a bonus. Actually, I'll change the word bonus. So when I mean bonus, I mean a commission, but it just means anything on top of the normal wage. And you could do this, Lonnie, with them if you wanted to, give them maybe, share an extra certain percentage of the salon's takings if you want to for being crazy. That would work. Marina, high street vouchers and a gift along a lucky dip and a meal. Yeah. Marina, I've seen your salon, not real online. I've walked past it online. I would have a table outside there with packages and gift vouchers ready to go around Christmas time. I really would. I think it will even save them coming in, but that's a great idea. So what we tend to do through here, if you imagine last year my salon did 40K, I really want to go for 50,000 this year. I want to push it out. So we set the target at 50,000, and anything above that 50,000, I half it with my team. I give them 50%, and I keep 50%. So that's how I tend to work. So, for example, if this was the real world, I think it works out about 80,500 if you add all that up. It means that I will be splitting 30,000 between me, the salon, and between the team. So what I tend to do from December 1, I start this. So from December 1, my staff know exactly what they've got booked in that day and what's pre-booked in for the rest of the month and how much bonus they're going to get. They'll know that literally every single day of the week from December 1 to December 31. If they come in on a 1 week and 3 days later, they'll know exactly what they've done to date, what's booked in, and how much bonus they're going to get if they're on track to their section. Any questions on that?
So are you doing a bonus? You're doing a bonus of half for your, but what would you recommend for mine?
Yeah, I think that you're tight anyway. I think you probably could only, because you already give them 50% of everything they earn, is that right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think with that, you probably could only go to a stage where you can only offer them maybe 5 or 10% as a sharing bonus. You know, you might have to have a target that you're going to aim for. If you hit that target, they're already going to take 50% of your wages because that's what it's on. You're only left with 50. With this, that our wages are still 30%, so we've still got a bit of give. If you want to do a bonus, you probably might have to choose a salon target and maybe give them a gift. If you hit that target, you might end up with just a set amount that you might have to give. We'll try and get my head around that and let you know.
Okay.
Yours is a bit difficult with that. Let me just try and share it with me. Cool.
And then maybe also like what my target should be, like how much percentage or.
Yeah. So with mine, so for example, if we hit 80,000 on this particular salon, which we did in 1 year, and we were roughly around a 50,000 a year salon, so we did really well that year. What we tend to do is we split half to the team and half go to the salon because the salon still needs to survive. So with yours, you're already giving 50% away. I think that you should be maybe for Christmas, if it's going to be a big time, maybe you can figure something out that they'll work hard for. I just don't like individuality at Christmas. I like team events. I think that we all work really hard. I think it needs to be some sort of camaraderie through there. I'm a bit like Ollie in one sense that what I tend to do is that when we have Christmas with the team, no one works Christmas Eve in my salon. I always close Christmas Eve. They get Christmas Eve off. We always take them out on Christmas Eve. Over here, the law's a bit different to you guys, that if we go out drinking, and I mean as in alcohol, I'm still responsible for my team and I have to pay an insurance. If they get injured drinking with me, they are covered. If they get assaulted, I have to get blamed. So it's a real tight thing that even, I think the law changed here where I am, but just up the road, the law's the same. If the staff drive to work and have an accident, they're classed as an accident at work and then they sue us. It's law. We have to have insurance to cover that. So anyway, so when we go out, we have to go, you want a jug of gin, which is, you'd have to have a jug of Coke on the table or a jug of water. So at the end of the night, there's like 16 jugs of water or Coke that sit in there. Doesn't get drunk, but you have to supply one for one to say that we supplied that with them. And then we have to say, if they think we had too much alcohol, we've got to stop them and go, hey, you had too much alcohol. You've now got to go home. So for us, I don't like doing parties or meals and drinks because it can get really messy with people. So we do experiences. We go climb mountains, or we do zip lines, and we do silly things with the girls in the day, and then we take them for an afternoon drink. So it's safer because this country's a bit scary with the insurance we have to pay. So I like experiences myself. I like the fact is that we do, I went off topic there, so with team meetings, I like the bonus to be a team thing. I dislike greed in a huge way. I don't want my staff to go, I sold that treatment, I did that colour, I'm just after the big commission. I find that really quite hard. Throughout the year we can deal with that, but at Christmas, it's a team effort. We're all going to work really hard. We're all going to be exhausted. And for me, it's whatever you get, I'm happy to share my wealth. So I'd have to get my head around yours, Lonnie, to how it would work, because you're already on commissions. I don't really know how that would go. So maybe just check it out for a little bit. This might not be your thing. Okay. Okay, guys. So over here we do half and half. Quite simple. So you guys in the UK, if they're on money and targets, you can just. I always change mine for December. It means they end up with a bit more money than they should have. So indirectly, if that's what they took, Jamie took 20, as you can see. Kate 23, Duke 16, John 20. Jamie took 24% of the money, so he's entitled to 24% of the bonus. And Kate took 29% of the money, so she's entitled to 29% of the money, the bonus as well. Does that make sense? Have I confused myself here? Yeah, so for example, if you've got a first-year apprentice or a trainee and they've only done 5%, they still get a percentage of the money no matter what. They still get there because they're still going to work hard for it to happen. They get their percentage of what money is in the till. I opt mine to include retail, so it means if I know they need to sell 10% retail, I'll add that on top just for December to boost that out a bit more. To get the percentages is just how much they took divided by the total salon takings, and that gives you a percentage of what they're actually taking in the salon. Any questions on that? Are we all good? Are we all good? Okay, cool. I will send you guys, let me lose this. I have two things here. So I have this if you want it. I'll send it to you. You can bin it or do whatever you want with it. I do this every year. I don't know what you guys do. I'm going to share my screen. I have lots of things to do today. Well, okay, cool here. Okay, this is one thing that am I showing them? I think I am. Okay, so I created this a long time ago. So this is the rush, the 3 weeks for Christmas. It takes you from the Monday, the 11th of December. This is this year. And what I do is I put all their hours in what they do all the way through. And the yellow here is what they owe me or what I owe them. So for example, I'll give you a quick example through here. Christmas is then. Okay, let me move you over to here. Hopefully I can still see you guys and you can see me. This particular day here of Christmas, so the Monday, the 18th of December, if I was a salon owner, that day I would probably be closed because I don't open Mondays. But because it's the week before Christmas, I would open and get my girls into work 6 hours for free. I would say, would you guys like to work the Monday and have, I have this Sunday off and do a swap? And they would go, yep. So I would do here, for example, I would write, the hours in there should be 0, so I will change that to a +6, and then on the other one I would go -. So in the end, what I try and do with my team, because I come to my team on the 1st of December and I explain to them that we're going to work in lots of hours in the peak time. So normally we'll do at least 9 till 9 for at least 4 to 5 days of Christmas week to get every last bit of sweat and tears out of my staff members. But then here, I don't know anyone who wants to come in to have their hair done. Do you guys in England, do you still open between Christmas and New Year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, so over here, we just close salons down. We just close them. I mean, most hairdressers over here won't come back till mid-end January. They just shut the shop and see you in January the 26th, and that's what they do. And everyone just thinks it's normal. So when we came over here, we used to put a skeleton staff on because there's nothing worse than coming in between Christmas and New Year with all your staff and it's dead. It's a horrible place to be. Your team don't want to be there, and you've not got the clients. So is New Year still a big thing in England? Okay, yeah. It is, yeah. You're all beer monsters, every single one of you. So what happens over here is we get people in, and especially the ones that don't like coming in Christmas week, but not enough to be fully. So we put a skeleton staff on. So what we would do is we'd put only 2 staff members on between Christmas and New Year, and then the other people would take the time off, and then when January comes back, we would put the skeleton staff of the opposite people in for the first 2 days, and then the other ones get it off, so they get New Year off or some get Christmas off. Does that make sense? And they would get that with full pay without using any holidays or anything like that because they just start accumulating hours because Christmas is so busy. So my staff and me as a boss, I don't want to pay you overtime in the busiest week of Christmas where you're working, let's say, 20 hours more than you normally do, and then deduct money from you when really you need it because you're out there with your friends and you're out there doing Christmas stuff. So we go, why don't we bang all the hours you possibly want, and I'll give you full pay as normal, even though you're only working 2 days. You'll still get a week's pay. And they like that. So this just banks it up for you and knows exactly where you are. Any questions on that? Bit weird?
Yeah, I might need help with that.
Yeah, well, I'll send you this anyway, so it'll work it all out. But it's just a matter of, like, for example, where are we here? I'm going to do, so no matter what, we black these out because every salon's going to be closed then, isn't it? Yeah. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You guys still close Boxing Day, I'm sure. But the other days, for example, like this Saturday the 23rd, I will still pay my team the hours that they get. And if you want me to break this down with you, like with Julie said, I can do that. It just means that if you go to your team and say, hey, do you want to work more hours before Christmas and get more time off with the same pay? Most people say, yeah. They don't want a bit more money and spend it at Christmas and then afterwards you give them 2 days off. It also doesn't dip into their annual leave either. Yeah, Marina, that's a great one. You close from the 21st to the 4th. That's beautiful. I think that, actually, while I get my head around that, but there's nothing better as a salon owner is to lock them doors on the 23rd and empty your mind for Christmas. But anyway, and by the way, that's just my opinion. Okay, let me stop sharing that a second. So I've got that for you. I'll send it, so it'll be there. Let me share something else for you. Okay, and this is the bonus scheme that I have as well. Just lower you down. Okay, cool. So you guys might be able to see that. I can make it bigger. Okay, cool. So that's the same bonus scheme. Whoa. That's the same bonus scheme as I had on the back wall here. This just does it all for you. So you just put it in each week and it tells them how much bonus they've got. So their bonuses sit here. It works out their percentage automatically of what percentage they're sitting on. It does all the hard work for you. All you do is you write the commission will go here. That'll be worked out. You just write the grand total. Very, very easy to do. I can send you that as well. So it might be a bit number body for Julie, but I can send you that anyway. I can't turn to a graph. I can turn to something that might be a bit more visual. I don't know. But I'll send you that as well. So that'll help you through there if you need anything. I've got a few PDFs on Christmas that I'll send you as well. I'm bouncing you guys around, making me a bit sick. So you can look at that too. So any questions on that? I think we've done really well at that. Does anyone plan for Christmas? I know Marina and Natasha, you should be in high mode at the moment, Natasha. I would be. Are you still there, Natasha? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up or nod or sign. I'm hoping that you're here. Natasha, your Christmas for me is going to be the back end of October and November. That's going to be where it's going to happen for you. I don't know if you're going to be open in that time, but that's when you need to get people in, come up with something to get them back in a few days later. In fact, I know your beauty, so I'm going to put something to you. Someone said yesterday they were waxing salon, so let me know what you think about this, guys, because the more, what I try and do. Okay, so if I come up with something in my salon that I think is going to work, like salt perm, I tried a salt perm once, it didn't work. But if I could come up with 30 things that you guys can see 30 things, the more chance that you don't have to do the 30 things that I have to do, if that makes sense. So it means that the more that we share, the more that we grow. There's a lady yesterday that wanted to try and make an extra service for Christmas, stop people cancelling for Christmas, and also get them back in for January. So she was going to bring a package in for waxing. So this might work maybe with Julie with nails. There's a 4-week plan, I think, waxing. That's what she said. Every 4 weeks they come in for waxing, 4 weeks for nails. So what she decided to do was going to build a package where you pay for the 3, but you get the 4, and they book you in from now all the way through to January. I sort of said to her that probably wouldn't work because if these people are your regular clients, they're going to come in every 4 weeks regardless. You're almost giving one away for free. But so it might work on randoms if you're going to put people out there. But she wants the money up front because she just wants to stop people cancelling on Christmas week. Hence the discussion yesterday about cancellations, a bit like Connie brought up. Same lady, but that was her thought about it. I'm just going to charge them regardless. I'm thinking, what, can't come in, they lose it. She went, yeah, that started me off on it. I'm a bit of a whim yesterday. Anyway, so what do you guys do for Christmas when you plan for Christmas? What do you guys do? Do you feel that Christmas is a success, or do you feel that you could get more? Because don't forget, remember, guys, Christmas should be the cream. Okay, it should be a big month. It should be the cream on top of everything else that you do to keep you going through for 2 or 3 bad months throughout the year. Don't forget that no salon that I know of is, I'm not sure if I even got it down on this one. I don't think I did. Might just, the world we live in. This is probably what we are now. So I'm going to go October, November, December. Okay. So it all depends on which one comes first. And I can move these 3 here around 3 dips or ups, etc. What happens is that our business tends to be similar to that. You might end up with 3 good months, but then you end up with 2 bad months and 3 good months. But we have this S-curve over and over and over again. That's what happens. We are them people. I don't know any salon that sits there at 40,000 for literally non-stop. You go up to 50, you come down to 30. You have your ups and downs. What Christmas should do is take you all the way up here, so you've got enough left over as a reserve to capture for some of these 4 months when they're here. That's what Christmas was always about, having that big safety net. But the thing is that I find is that we think Christmas is just a good month, but by the time you paid out your staff and your overtime and your big stock bill and your tax bill, you're back to square one by the end of January. There's no cream anymore, not real cream that we used to have years and years ago. But I think if you plan well, the cream will be there to last through that, and that's going to be that extra bit that will need to take you through. But the difference is you have to have the staffing right. If you're staff and you're fully booked and you can't get more clients in, you then should be working on your retail and thinking, how can I make that clean with retail? It's being that little bit extra clever. And also, my biggest mistake was Christmas. I used to really jam-pack Christmas and then realised that my service was poor at Christmas. It's the biggest time that you're going to be on show. Like going to the theatre, which is one of my pet hates, by the way, going to the theatre. I detest going to the theatre. Watching people wear heavy makeup on stage, it just drives me mad. And my wife loves going to the theatre, so we clash, and I just have to sit there and watch junk for 2 hours. Actually, it's only 3 hours, isn't it, the theatre? But anyway, I do my thing, I do it, and that's the way it is. But it's a bit like when you go to the theatre, there's no point performing great when the place is half full. You've got to perform great when it's full. So that's when more people are going to see you and more people are going to spread your word. So at Christmas, we get a bit greedy as a salon owners because we try and book up every last minute we possibly can. And the problem is the service levels dip, which means you're showing yourself your true colours to the most amount of people that will go, they're very average, weren't they? So being organised, I think, is a lot better than just trying to cram them in and get the money that way. Hence why we try and plan ahead of the game. It's being really clever with what's booked in, more so than just trying to cram more people in. And there's nothing worse. And again, I am, if I could get all my staff in this room together and you could grill them, if you ever see Tammy on here again, you can grill her if you want. I am the world's worst for this. And I'll put my hand up and say I am bad. If a regular comes in and says, can I have a hair appointment, I just go yes without thinking. Like, I just go, yes, of course, we'll get you in. Even though all the staff are turning around going, where are they going to fit him? We haven't got a chair, and it's like, I just don't like letting people down. So I am the world's worst. My systems were so good. The only person that ever broke my systems was me. I'm the only one. I was the worst person out there. I just couldn't help myself. My mouth would open and I would just go, yes, before I think, I've got 6 people in. I've got to do 6 cut and blow dry. I've just said yes to something that we're not going to do. So I would lower the service for everyone else. So I am the biggest person. So maybe learn by my mistakes, as opposed to learn by my good mistakes, learn by my bad mistakes. I would say yes, because I feel guilty sending a client away, not because I'm going to lose the client. I don't care. The fact is that she wants to see her family and look beautiful and hide the grey. And I'd say yes. So that's got off topic again. Any questions, guys, before I completely go horse and lizard was? Are you guys planned for Christmas? I know Marina, you're definitely planned. Natasha, you've got your products in there, which is good. What about you, Lonnie? How's Christmas in Canada? It's obviously people I know in Canada. It's big as like the UK. It's a big festival. Do you have more? Is it more about seeing people for the holidays or going on holiday?
It's more about seeing people for the holidays.
Yeah. Everyone I know in Canada is very similar to that. And here's the same. Like, if you try and get in your car on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, it's just gridlock everywhere because everyone's just visiting family. Because it's such a vast place, they have to drive and go and spend days with their families, which is what tends to happen. I go the opposite way. I go to the wilderness where no one is. I go to the opposite place. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, so anyway, so I think that it's different. The fact is that most people, if you're going to go and see family, you want to look your best. You want to look the most beautiful, which means that you've got a plan to get these people in. And if you're expecting a bumper Christmas and you work 9 till 6 for the week, you're either going to squeeze more people in or you've got to open up more hours. And that's what we did. We decided that we would open up more hours and Sundays. So we were lucky that my girls would work Saturday, Sunday, and work really hard for the 2 weeks. I mean, it was tough going because we would have 2 huge weeks. And if we were 10,000 a week taking Salon, we'd have 2 weeks at 20,000. So my Christmas was never 1 week. It was always 2 weeks. It was a big 2 week. And then we knew the next 2 weeks were going to be a bit quieter and we'd only put skeleton staff on. And then we'd rotate that every year. We would know who came in between Christmas and New Year and then who would have the New Year off. And most youngie people would go, I'll come in between Christmas and New Year, and all the oldies go, I'll do the New Year version so the youngies can go out. And it worked out really well, but you've got to extend your hours, otherwise you're not going to get them in. That's why all the shopping centres do it, because you just can't physically get them in there. And that's what I think. So Christmas now is the time where a team meeting is called with your staff. Who wants to work what hours? Let's plan them hours out. Get them hours out to your clients so they know where they stand works out really well. And I might try and put if you've got any campaigns that you think works good for Christmas, like your lucky dips or whatever seems to work well, then share it with us in the group so we all know. Mine can be good, but doesn't always mean they're right. Cool. Any questions? We have a few more people on than we did when we first started. Anything I can help you with to move your salon forward, even if it's not about Christmas, if it's about something completely different? Is there anything we can help you with? Are you looking with do you have a certain problem? Do you need to get more retail? Natasha, you're about to open a salon. I explained to you about how my systems worked and how I would do that. That's the way I would do a system. And I think it was somebody else that I was talking to that's got a salon that's not brand new, but I'd do the same thing. I'd back off them hours and I would do systemizing at least twice a week. So if you're looking to systemize in your salon, it's very hard for you because your team only get paid what they earn. So trying to get them for a team meeting for free comes out of your pocket. It's tough when it's like that. I don't know whether if I was in America and I did a 50% commission, whether I would be banking 1% in the bank account regardless. So I end up with 49, that 1% sits there, and I'd use that for something else with my team when I want to pay team meetings. I would do that maybe. But yeah, I think it's tough because you haven't got as much leeway as us. Ours, we can pay them to come in. You got to pay them and it comes out of your pocket. And retail is different over there, but yeah. I'm just waffling.
We should set up a separate meeting for that.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things that with the commission rate, it's good for you because if you have a quiet day, you don't lose any money as opposed to us. We can pay staff to turn up and sit there and do nothing all day. Where you go, they don't take any money, they don't earn any wages.
Sort of. If they don't make their commission, or if their commission isn't higher than what the minimum wage they would be paid is, they get minimum wage.
Yeah. It's quite a low minimum wage, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's $10.72 right now per hour.
Yeah. Well, I think our minimum wage over here is $23 now, $23 an hour. Pretty cool, which is probably very similar to yours, 1 for 1 at the moment. So it's not too bad.
Does Lonnie get into a situation where there's arguments over who does which clients, and sort of do you find, did you get stylists that are very territorial about their clients?
They try to be, but not really. Like the way we're building our team and what our culture is going to be more like, it's like, well, if you can't get your guests in and they could fit in with someone else, it's better to keep them at the salon than having them go to a different salon and maybe never come back to you. Whereas maybe they'll learn to pre-book their next appointment. The guest, meaning like they should be pre-booking with the busy stylist. So, is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the hardest thing over there. There's a guy that I know did it very, very well, and what he did was when you got really busy, or the commission person got really busy, they brought in a junior to help that commission person, and they paid the wage, and they got double wages quite easily. So you doubled up with each commission person. But for me, if I was there, the salon has to be the umbrella, the big umbrella, and then your people will go underneath. And I think if it was me, if I had commission and I had a really good culture, and my salons always ran like this, by the way, and my team know this from the minute I take them on, is that is my priority at all costs. At all costs. Everything I do is for the good of the salon. So if you ask me for time off and I say no, it's because of this. I always explain it's because of the salon and nothing else. So they know my policy that salon comes first, the clients come second, and the staff come third, and then I come fourth. I'm way down the list. So the salon is the umbrella. So, for example, Ani was saying that if Julie always has gone to Tracy for 4 years, but now she can't get in, then Debbie can look after her. That's the way it should go, because it's the good of the salon. She may go back, but if she gives her a bit of love and shine and steals her, that's just the way it is. I've never had it in my salon because I've always explained the salon is priority, because without the salon, the commission people are nothing. So they've got to realise that when you take it to the team, the bigger picture, when we talk about the big why, it's all about getting this culture right. And these people here, even though they're really quite loyal to this person, and we do take it personal when they move. And I lost lots of clients to my team, and I used to really feel hurt. But after a while, I realised that my team were all the same as me, just had a little different vision. And also, I got stale and bored sometimes. And they had a whole new, fresh person that's looking after them. So, yeah, part of a commission to come across, but if you always frame your business as the salon is number one, my high priority is the salon being the culture, and then the team then will follow. I think that's an answer that I think we're looking for with Arne. Was it Arne? Harder with commission because it's like their money. It's like, they're losing their resources. But for me, it comes down to the fact that the salon is always priority. And I've learned over the years, I will cut anyone that damages my salon. The salon has to be. Arne, you're good at that. I think you're very, very good at the salon. Arne, I'm sure you're really good at that. When I talk to you, you definitely put your team first.
Who?
You, yeah.
Lonnie. Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I thought you said Lonnie. I think.
No, I get confused sometimes too.
But yeah, I think that that's me Aussie accent, hey, or me Aussie accent slash. But yeah, for me, it's and I think that I know people in Canada that work, and they're the same. They're commissioned, and they do like their they do like their people. Because one of them's a relation to mine, a really good relation to mine. We speak all the time, and she's my niece, and so she has that when she moves salon. She takes her clientele with her, but she's now realised that if she moves into a good salon, then it's the salon culture that goes first, and she's realised that she can pass her clients on, and it's still good for the client and for her. But the person that takes on frames it as, like Michael Levine, for example, he frames his salons really well. Even though they're all commission structures in there, it all comes down to the salon. It's the salon culture that wins, not really the individual. So I think it's how you frame it. I think if you frame it the other way, and it's all about commissions being the star, you'll always struggle. I think it'll struggle. I think we're just filling time now. Okay, cool. I'm on the hour. If anyone needs anything, I'm here. My brekkie will be ready. I'm going to have some brekkie. Hopefully, try and stop throwing up. We'll see how we go. Which is not a nice thing. Sorry, guys. But we'll see how we are. Any questions at all? How can I help you, Lonnie? If we need to talk about the next step, we can do that. But yeah, I think at the moment for Lonnie, you need to find your feet where you are and find out where that umbrella is and find your numbers so you've got somewhere to go. Like we said, maybe try and reverse engineer it back. My salon needs to do 500,000 for me to make any money, and we work it back that way. So these are the numbers. My average bill is this. If you add all these together, the average bill of the salon is this number. Then these are how many people I need in the seat. These are how many people we're really doing at the moment. You've now got your shortfall. That's a really good way of working it backwards.
Okay.
So how?
I think so, yeah. Once I get working on it, that's usually when my questions come.
Yeah, that's okay. You're now to contact me, message me, and I'll fill in as best I possibly can.